Seminars normally when I do, like I don't really even like talking about myself, to be honest with you. But I can just tell you, about my journey and stuff like that. With bodybuilding, we could talk about like obstacles and things that in life that you guys want to know about. As far as the bodybuilding, the inside industry of bodybuilding. We could talk about. I don't mind answering. Questions if somebody's got some questions about steroids or something. I don't have a problem with that. So, uh, and of course, I'm here to talk about the Levroni Signature Series, my thoughts and ideas of creating the Levroni Signature Series. Before we get started, I would like to thank. I call him Chris. Chris, come on up. Thank you.
Gracias.
Big round of applause for you, brother. Thank you very much for everything that you've done. I've been with this guy. We've been together now for about 7 years. And when we started the Levroni Signature Series, I started with three products. And 7 years later, we have, maybe close to 50, 60 products with 3 different ranges. So thanks a lot, man, for everything that you've done. It's incredible. George and I just met today. When Chris came to pick me up, and George is I call him the historian because he knows so much about history and just knows so much about everything. One of the things that you kind of miss out on when slide on a little closer.
Yeah, cool.
We're not worried about Corona-19.
Yeah,
Shit.
we got over that.
So one of the things when I travel around so much and I was telling Chris and George that it's like one thing you don't have a chance to do is like see the history, see the culture, see the history, and actually see, the countries and the towns and the cities that you're visiting. Because all the time, it's always like, you fly in somewhere, you go to the hotel, and then you're just sitting there talking about yourself all day long, which is all people want to know is how do you train? How do you, do all this stuff?
Yeah.
That's cool too. We can talk about that, but also that gets pretty boring for me because I've been doing interviews and for the magazines about training since 1992. But yeah, so what I would like to do is probably the one thing that George and I was talking about. We're talking about the infrastructure of building up a better infrastructure here
The new
in
generation,
for the
young people.
for the young people, but for business, right?
Yeah,
For health and fitness when it comes to those things, and my whole point is building something that needs help, whether it's a business, a person, or community.
to improve
Right.
as well.
So let's start off, George, with just like what we were talking about in the car was, the infrastructure of health and fitness and
In the basic stuff.
what's the state of it here, of the health and fitness industry here, like on the level from 1 to 10, like what about what's going on in other countries compared
compared to here?
Yeah.
Well, it depends if you're looking Europe or other side of the country.
Can you bring mics up just a little bit? No, the mics. Yeah.
Okay. Do you mind if I talk in Bulgarian as
No,
well?
go
So,
ahead.
for good? Yeah?
Yeah.
So I can tell you and then after.
Of course.
Yeah, sure. Идеята му е основно за това как да подобри и да запали младите хора, младото поколение. Да бъдат, както ние на времето сме почнали и сме се вдъхновявали, да бъдем по-добри, по-здравословно да живееме, нали, въз основа на това, което сега се случва с училищата и с нашите деца. Лесен достъп до наркотици, алкохол и така нататък. Идеята му е, че той иска и да остава навсякъде, където ходи, да подобрява инфраструктурата по някакъв начин, с който може да подпомогне дадена държава. Като същевременно иска да бъде и като човек, който вдъхновява хората, младите, да ги запалва по фитнеса, което същото ние сме правили през изминалите години. И това най-много го вълнува него като човек, да бъде истински, да е това. Да не го интересуват само някакви продажби на продукти, пари и така нататък. Смисъл, т.е. не търси комерциалната част на нещата, а иска да подпомага младото поколение и да подобрява достъпа на всеки, който може да бъде в фитнесите. Както примерно на Запад, знаете, много хора, като на възраст на нашите бащи и родители, ходят по фитнесите, докато тук това изобщо почти не се случва. Докато там има и подпомагане от правителството, някаква част ти се плаща от картата или някакви физически активности, които развиваш, било ходене на плуване или в фитнеса ще тренираш да караш само колело или да се възстановяваш от нещо. Идеята е просто да се подобри начина на живот, за да бъдат по-здрави хората в дългосрочен план. And yeah, that's his point. I'm talking about the
Right. Yeah.
get improved all ages and stuff.
Let me ask you this question, Chris. Chris, come on up with us.
Come on, Chris.
Bring a chair, man. Join us.
Mike.
Yeah, so my question to you would be like, I know that you have the Levron signature series and everything. How popular are supplementation here? Like before you brought the game here and everything, how's the competition? Are there a lot of shops here? When did things start popping off?
So before we started to import here, small shops with like 20-15 brands. So it was easy before 6-7 years.
So it was a lot of small shops.
Yes.
Yeah,
It was a lot of small shops.
few companies.
Yes, there were like 5-6 people who was selling supplements. One of the first is this guy here.
Okay.
He's out the Bulgarian legend.
Right on.
He's maybe the biggest Bulgarian
How you doing, man?
legend.
The Bulgarian legend in the house. Awesome.
Bulgaria, United States.
Right on.
Yeah, and year by year, the supplements we started to use more and more supplements.
Mm-hmm.
Now there are like 200 brands we are selling in Bulgaria. A lot of shops, a lot of online shops. Thank you. And this is it.
Okay. Because in America we have Vitamin Shop. We have
GNC.
GNC
You sell supplements in the supermarkets also, so
everywhere.
Everywhere.
Yeah.
you invented this industry, so it's normal.
Right. So, what about you guys have online too? Is online strong here?
Yes, yes.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
stronger than the shops.
Really?
Yeah,
So you do a lot of online business.
true.
We are trying to,
You sell direct to the consumer?
Absolutely.
yes.
Yeah.
So it's easier, faster, and
So your online sales surpass the customers coming inside of the store.
yeah.
Yeah, in the years of COVID, it's the
Right.
preferred option.
Few years ago.
Do
Do
you-
you
Plans.
do you think the industry that the shops will eventually be gone, or
Probably.
100% gone? No, because there are people that want to be
In the shops
Yeah.
and have a look
Yes.
around or ask something.
Right.
It's better when
because the big specialists are in the shops.
Mhm.
They can consult you at the shop.
and give you advices how to use it, when you use it,
Right.
why you have to.
Yeah,
Um,
you
so-
go in his shop because of him, not because of anyone else.
Right.
And you
So-
know there is going to be taken
Yeah.
good
So
advice.
before COVID, everything's 100%. Then when COVID hit, your sales went down to about what, 50% or zero in the shops?
At the physical shops, maybe first 50% low, but in the online shops was like 70%
Still.
up.
Up.
Up. It's normal. It's
So you kind of made the difference.
yes,
Yeah,
yes,
yeah,
of course, yes.
Okay. And how is it now with the shops?
But the situation is good. The new normal is good for right
Yeah.
now.
Yeah,
But
Okay.
winter's coming, so
we
we'll
don't
see.
know. Yeah.
Right.
They telling waiting for another wave, so
Another wave.
fifth wave,
Yeah.
something like that.
Personally, I think coronavirus is bullshit. It's my opinion. All these waves and all this stuff.
But it's still.
I haven't met nobody with it yet. You had it? How do you know
Me
it's
too.
coronavirus
Well,
and not the flu?
I was almost like gone.
Were you?
Yeah.
Hmm.
Lost a lot of kilograms.
Anybody else have it? You had it? What's the difference between coronavirus and the flu? The
Разликата
difference.
между коронавируса и обикновения вирус, правиш ли разлика? Yeah, it's a big difference.
It is a big
Yeah,
difference?
I got like a pneumonia, like on the both lungs.
Right.
I was always at the hospital.
Yeah?
Yeah, yeah. A lot of people die actually. Young friend of mine as well.
He died?
Yeah, yeah. He's out there.
Hmm.
We can't say what it is.
I don't know.
But-
Maybe it's really, maybe it's amped up more than it should be. You know?
Yeah.
That's what I think. What do you think, Chris?
it's different. It's about your immunity in the moment you got it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
the strangest thing is, doesn't matter how healthy life and healthy you are, because I'm not drinking, I'm not smoking.
Yeah.
I drink, training like almost every day.
And you had it.
I
How long
had
did
it
you
the
have
baddest
it for? How
version
long
of
did it
COVID.
last for?
It was April, and I was 2 weeks on the bed with high temperature,
Yeah.
and now I was more.
Did you take any medicine?
Yeah, absolutely.
What'd you take?
I took some. That's a very. It's a mix of like couple of drugs, and you
Yeah.
have to take it. Which
They say
some of the
zinc.
drugs is not related to
They
any
say like
flu.
if you take soda water,
Uh,
if you take zinc with soda water with
yeah, there was
you know
so many
something
stuff
else, all
out
this stuff.
on the internet, or like you can read them,
Yeah.
but I think the drugs only can help you because it's
Okay.
too much like the holistic type.
Did your wife get it?
Yeah, she got it.
You
too.
got it too?
Yeah,
Oh my God.
yeah, been together.
And how did you feel? Mm. Yeah.
Put it low.
Wow.
Yeah,
Now, where do you think you got it from?
I got it for a friend.
Really?
Yeah.
Did you?
And the baddest reason in 10 days when these things is going in your body, you don't feel anything. You feel
Really?
alright. And then in the next morning you just wake up and you can't go up on the way.
Running on the treadmill and then the afternoon.
You were done.
That,
So you got it from a friend. Did you know your friend had the coronavirus?
yeah.
And did you have a mask on around him?
Not only we have some distance social and other stuff, but you can catch it from everywhere
Really?
because even now, look,
You can't know from
Yeah.
who you are.
Yeah.
You got it. Yeah.
yeah, it's and then you realize you're going to be sick after like 10 days, but you already got that virus in your body.
Yeah.
And you realize you're sick after 10 days, which it's too
And you
late.
give it to everybody
Too
else.
late to, yeah, and you spread it around as well.
Well, I'm glad you're okay, man.
Thanks.
All right. All right. Wow. Okay. I guess it is real. So who owns shops in here? Can you raise your hand?
Кой притежава магазини и се занимава с
Shops?
добавки?
Yeah. Everybody sells the Levroni signature series here. What I'm gonna start with you, George. What product of the signature series sells the best
The best
in your shop?
in our shop?
Yeah.
Mostly the proteins, which is
Protein.
the usual, like everyday, what you used to
Right.
drink, and pre-workouts as well.
Okay.
The best selling categories like proteins and pre-workouts.
Right.
Yeah.
How about you guys in your gym? Same everywhere, I guess. I was talking to, it seems like everywhere I go, it's the same thing. The pre-workouts and
And proteins.
and the protein.
Oh,
People want better recovery and better training.
a better
Yeah.
performance in the gym.
Yes,
Yeah.
it's all about
And when you're working
performance.
all day, if you have to training in the
Yeah.
evening, you need to take something to train. Otherwise, you're not going to.
Well, I'm glad you guys have chosen the Levroni Signature Series, the Gold Line Protein, the anabolic. Do you guys sell anabolic protein here? Yeah. I'm glad you guys chose to pick this protein to sell to your clients over all of the other choices. You know, you have many choices, and I don't always claim that, you know, we have the best products in the world. I don't say that. What I say is the quality of the products and the ingredients and the raw materials that we use is certainly top quality. Our stuff gets tested. It goes through a process that when it goes through the manufacturing, that we have a lot of hands. We have food scientists involved in this, the taste testing, every single thing. And then we put products out to try to see what the market space calls for, like what your market space over here will call for, you know, like what the people want or what is missing and what's not there. And that's why I go back and we decide to formulate a product for that region, you know, or for that specific country. Now, not a lot of countries, like everybody has their taste is different, you know. Guys in the English people, they like certain taste in,
Absolutely.
you know,
Different country,
people
different
in the
flavors.
Middle East. The Middle Eastern, the Levroni anabolic, the black line was designed for the Middle Eastern guys, you know, because they like a lot of essential amino acids, BCAAs, all this stuff jammed, everything that you possibly could put jammed down in the protein. That's kind of like where they come from, you know, because they don't want to take all the separate stuff like
They
you know,
weren't inside.
they,
like
yeah,
the
they
one
don't want to
formula.
take the creatine,
Separated.
you know, the essential amino acids, the branch. They don't want to take everything separate.
And what do you think?
So-
What is the thing? Why they doing that? It's not like
Just personality,
Personality.
you know. Yeah, people's personality is different. Some people a little more laid back, like me. I like taking, you know, creatine. I like taking the BCAAs. I like things that are like separate.
the 5 more important
Yeah,
things,
you know
which
what I
is
mean.
like for the
Oh,
last 30
for me.
years.
Which
So,
your favorite product?
all of the products,
like a category in product.
all the products we have their own special personality, made for like a specific purpose. For me, I still love the silver, man, because with the Levroni silver, you know, take for instance the testosterone we have. It's an AMPM formula, but it's derived. It's all natural. You know, it's derived from plants. It's derived from natural plants, so herbal extracts and all this stuff. So what's in the Levro test is just completely all natural from plants. There's not any other stimulants in that product.
You know, chemicals.
Yeah, nothing. And then the I like that, you know. We got the AM, you take it in the AM, you take it a little bit at night, PM. It'll probably raise your testosterone. Maybe about, like I said earlier, maybe about 7%, maybe 7 to 10%. And I can tell you that because I get my blood work done. I get my blood work tested and pulled every 2 months, sometimes every 3 months, because my weight is always fluctuating, right? Like right now, I'm down in weight, but I feel good. Like I feel the best that I've ever felt, you know? So what I'll do is I'll go and I'll pull my blood work while my weight is down like this to see what's going on with my health, you know?
And what about, sorry, I'm interrupt you. What about the age? I think if you're like more older, you have to take a little bit more.
What happens is when you get, the older you get, you know, your testosterone naturally starts dropping. It starts declining.
So do you need to take a little bit more?
Well, it all depends how low it goes. We know at 27 or 30, it starts declining, okay? But we don't know how far. Like my testosterone, when I was like 45, even without anything, like just, you know, without me going to get testosterone replacement or anything, my test normally runs about 300, okay? And that's way too low.
Yeah.
All right? That's too low. So how do you supplement take that? So that's why I know the Levro test works, because one time it was down about 265, and I took that. I went through a 30-day supply of it, and I went back and I got tested, and it brought it up to about 310. You know, so I definitely know it works.
Yeah.
And I have the type of body. My body is I'm a quick responder. Like I can do anything, whatever I put in my body, it's going to respond to it. If I go in the gym and train, I can respond real quick. I'm a hyper responder.
Okay, is that the reason when you started to prepare for your last Olympia? You do it for a little short time?
When I get ready for Mr. Olympia, I always go down. I go down to this size right here. When I'm getting ready for Mr. Olympia, I go down to this size, check out, see what's going on in my body, and then I start going in, pulling the blood, start going on my eating regimens, you know, up my caloric intake, and then I start gaining like 5 pounds a week. So over that period of 3 months or 4 months, I'm looking like these guys, you know. But for me to carry that all year round, it's too much.
Too much.
Because again, my body is a hyper responder and it recognizes everything. You know, so when I'm walking around 265, 275 pounds, it's like, you know, all my other shit is elevated as well. You know?
Yeah.
And so for me, I realize that that's not a comfortable weight for me to carry, nor is that a healthy weight for me to carry.
For your heart.
I can get there, but when I get there, I need to do something about it. That means go compete on the Mr. Olympia. And when I'm done with that show, I need to come back down. People always say, Kevin, why you never train all year round? Because if I go to 275, I could probably get to 300. And when you start getting up there like that, I mean, everything is triggering down inside of your body. Like, it's crazy how everything goes elevated. You know, you're maximizing, you know, your heart. My resting heart rate, when I'm 275, my resting heart rate was like 98. You understand?
Yeah.
That's like ridiculous.
That's why probably a lot of people having heart attack on these days.
But they don't care because they they think about how they look.
They just could be pushing.
You know, so for me, I'm like, I don't need to do that. So I come back down. So again, with the testosterone, I start going and talking about the silver line. The silver line, I can like gauge, you know, what I need to do. I also loved, the other product we have is glutamine. I love glutamine. It's one of my favorite products because glutamine, I would include that in my nutritional program when I was training for the Mr. Olympia to support, like, I'm not a heavy eater. I don't like to eat a lot of food, you know. So I was probably taking about 4,800 calories a day from food. Okay, if you know what 4,800 calories from food looks like, that's a lot of food, you know. My protein was 468 grams of protein.
400. And
Damn right. That's high.
how much you take from the food and from the supplement? Is it like 50-50?
No. The food is
Most of it.
the supplementation for me back then is probably, you talking about for the calories?
No, I'm talking about from the powder or from the
Oh,
food.
15,
The
10%.
The
10%.
powder.
Yeah, 10%.
Да, основно храната 80% му е храненето и 15-20%
Right.
разчита на
I was eating a pound of fish, 1 pound of fish a
per
meal.
meal.
Yeah.
По половин килограм риба на ядене.
Okay. 1 pound of fish a meal, flounder. That's where I was getting my fish from. Plain, straight. 2 cups of rice.
150 грама ориз.
2 cup of rice 6 times a day. You know, flounder 6 times a day.
Did
Eating
you
like that
eat it in the night, like on the
all fucking
alarm?
day long.
the-
I would start eating at 9 o'clock.
all day long?
Yeah. I wake up in the morning, about 5 o'clock. I do cardio for an hour in my targeted heart rate zone for burning fat, right? And you got to know what that is.
Да.
For me, I knew exactly what it was. My target heart rate zone for burning fat is between 124 beats per minute to 128, nothing higher.
So is that nothing compared like to the age? Because they say mostly like in that
Well, you
short
gotta- you
window,
gotta-
like if you're
that
35,
age stuff,
45.
I don't even know what they're talking about with the age, because
Probably
organs
because
are
they keep
organs
it-
and a heart is a heart, and they all beat the same.
Да.
So when somebody talking about target heart rate zone because you're 50, target heart rate zone because it is target heart rate zone, I think is that's a when you line maybe 30 people up, right? And they do these tests where they say,
Okay.
oh, we're going to do a clinical study to see what body burns what.
Разбива
at
мита
what
за
heart rate.
кардиозоната,
So-
когато гориш мазнините, че няма нищо общо с това колко ти е
Yeah.
пулса, удара в
So
минута.
going into that,
Той си е намерил неговия, който чувства, че гори
I would do
в тази
cardio in the
зона.
morning for 45 minutes on an empty stomach when my blood sugar level is at its lowest point in my targeted heart rate zone for burning fat, right?
На гладно 45 минути.
Yeah. That way I knew everything that I was doing for 40 minutes was burning the fat in my body.
Okay.
So I had that down.
What do you prefer, like a treadmill?
I could tell you
Or
what I did.
whatever.
Yeah, my treadmill. I would use treadmill,
Walk
right?
on a
I would put the treadmill
incline or
on a 12.5 incline. No, 12 incline.
Okay.
Yeah, 12.5.
Да,
12,
високо. Държи
12
нивото.
incline, 2.3 miles per hour, and I will walk. Okay? 45 minutes.
Бавно ходене на
Yeah.
висок.
This
6 км. Да.
this will be enough to get my heart rate up to 124 beats, 126
45
beats. Okay?
Да.
When I started my Olympia prep, this is what I would do in the morning on an empty stomach, because cardio in the morning on an empty stomach, you know what it does, right, George?
Yeah, it's
What
the
does it
best for your glycogen and other stuff, so you can take up everything.
Yeah,
you
but what
have to
happens in
burn.
the morning on an empty stomach? I'm quizzing
It's
you
burning the
now.
fat. Yeah,
Huh?
it's good to burning the fat.
Why?
Because you can take the fats from your storage. It's not
What's
like
that?
from the.
Right. Your blood
Yeah.
sugar level's at its lowest point
low.
in the morning. See, people always do cardio in the evening after they got all the food in them, and they're not even burning out any fat. They're just burning just a little bit of those calories that they ate
Starting
all day
sweating.
long. Huh?
And they're sweating.
Right. So it's a waste of time. So every single thing that I did when I had those 4 months to get ready for the Mr. Olympia, it was like precise clockwork. You know, I did the same exact thing every single day. So when after my 45 minutes of cardio, I would eat my first meal. And you know what that first meal would be? it would be fish.
Fish.
It would be fish,
You love fish.
rice, and broccoli. Well, because it's simple and it's
Yeah,
easy
but it's easy to digest.
and it works.
Да,
Do you know? Do you know that fish is the cleanest source of protein? It's fish.
Да, за него рибата е най-чистия източник на протеин.
Do you know what kind of fish is the leanest source of protein?
Кой вид риба според вас?
No, flounder. Flounder is the leanest source of protein.
Probably we don't have that in Europe.
White fish. You got cod.
White
Cod is the second. Okay?
Като от треската.
I could take these guys, put these guys on a diet, put them on some fish, rice, and broccoli. Fuck, man, for probably about 6 weeks, shred it. Put some cardio in there, rip them right on up.
They rip it.
Yeah.
They're like-
See, what happens is bodybuilding in the 90s and early 2000s, right?
През
Like,
90-те
yeah.
бодибилдинга.
That's why you see people like, we had that thin skin.
С тази тънка кожа
You
са
know,
били тогава.
the skin was like paper. You know what I mean?
Like a cigarette paper.
And to get that thin paper skin like that, you got to know how to diet.
Yeah. Diet is...
That fish will do that. Well, most people can't handle a fish diet.
Yeah, what
because
about
it's brutal.
like we are in the middle of the country? If we don't have like a good sources to fish, what
It's
is the
okay.
next one?
You
Chicken?
You take the fish. If you want to be serious about bodybuilding, get ripped and shredded.
Go
You
find
do it.
fish.
You
Да.
do a diet on fish,
Трябва да си с риба.
and it's lights
Ако
out.
искаш да си
Yeah, fish is
професионален
lights out.
бодибилдър.
You ripped, you're shredded. And I say that because you compare the guys in those days to the guys now, and you can see the difference.
Разликата е огромна и
understand?
може да я забележи от
It's a
това, когато е
difference.
било 90-те и сегашните, които са.
Cross striations, obliques,
Да, странични.
stomach tight, all that shit.
Да,
Yes, but it's a formula. It's a formula that you use to get to that.
Yeah, sure.
And then it's a combination of eating, sleeping, training,
Yeah.
and then what anabolic combination you decide to put together.
Well, there is something I think here difference instead of like mostly like all days in America would be the same, but now most of the guys who are training they have to work as well, and
Yeah, I
that's a
understand.
very controversial.
Well, that's
The
cool.
time when you have to sleep, you have to be on
I
work,
understand.
you
I
know,
understand.
and that's
Well, work is
doing
good
bet-
because that'll give them time to burn more calories.
well depend. Yeah, sure.
Work is no problem. But going back to the silver line, like we were talking about, Chris, I think Anna's trying to understand everything I'm saying. The silver line, and then so I'm talking about glutamine. So I had glutamine, right?
Да.
So
Глутамин.
L-glutamine, I love L-glutamine because L-glutamine
Една от любимите му
it's that one
добавки е
compound
глутамин.
that you could take. Like sometimes in the middle of the night, you find yourself starving, right?
Когато чувстваш
And
глад през нощта,
And when your body fat gets low
когато ти паднат мазнините,
Yeah.
процента на
and you're
мазнините,
low on fat like that, that's why sometimes when guys diet for a contest, like, sometimes guys diet for a contest, and when they start their diet, by the time they get to the show, they've lost 30 pounds. You know what I
губят по
mean?
15 кг, докато излезнат на сцена.
Because what happens is they're big, but along the way, they're
Те са
also
големи,
dieting off
но поради
muscle
диетата
as
губят и
trying
много
to get
мускули.
lean at the same time.
И искат същото време да излезнат чисти.
So what I would do is I would take glutamine,
Той
right?
каквото е
I
правил
would take
тогава,
glutamine and I
How
would,
many grams in a day? How
well, I'm going to tell you in a second. I would take glutamine, I would take and mix it up in a gallon of water with lemon, and I would just sip on it all day long.
през целия ден
Right?
взима глутамин, в
While I'm
водата
doing my
разтворен.
cardio, before,
С лимон,
when I'm in
да.
the gym, I'll be sipping on L-glutamine, and at nighttime, I would take L-glutamine before I go to sleep. It would stop. It would be that layer of protection. We call it this leveral shield. It would be that layer of protection that stops the body from eating away at the muscle while you're on such a low diet. Okay?
Да, that's why they call it anti-catabolic, right?
Now, I'm gonna take it to another level. All right. So I love that product. So we actually made it. It's called Levro Shield. And I gotta say this because there is some guys in here that actually, train and own the gear and everything. Winstrol V. Do you know what that is for?
Which one, sorry?
Winstrol V. Winstrol V. Winstrol.
Winstrol?
Yeah.
Окей.
What is Winstrol for? Tell me.
За какво според вас най-вече?
For what?
За It's designing the blood vessels and is using for cleaning as well.
Winstrol V. You know
The Winstrol.
yeah.
Ben Johnson got it.
Yeah, but guys, bodybuilders take
It's
this
different.
to get cut. All right?
Okay.
They take it to get cut. That's what Winstrol V is for.
Да. Взимат го за
They got it
чисто.
in tabs, they got it in shots. You take it to get lean. But how Winstrol V works is Winstrol V is for the guy that when you're not eating a lot of food, that's the one anabolic drug that you can take that again will stop your body from eating away at the muscle. That's why they call it a cutting drug. Because
Предпазва също и мускула от разпад,
Right.
когато вече си чистиш накрая да се
so you
взима.
could take Winstrol V, cut your diet and cut your calories in half
Когато вече си в калориен дефицит
and
сериозен
still maintain your size
и в същото време се стараеш да запазиш форма.
for a period of time, right? For only a certain period of time until your body realizes that, oh, okay, this is what he's doing. And then, you got to start,
За
you got to
кратък
come off
момент
of
от
it. So
целия
there's that window of opportunity. And then that always falls into, when I would get ready for a show, I would know when to take Winstrol V. I would know when not to take Winstrol V. I would know how long to take it. I would know when to start it because I've already got everything else calculated.
Да,
on
той
what's
си е намерил за него
you know?
кога работи и в един прозорец от цялата му програма го е взимал в един определен период,
Yeah.
когато е разбирал, че вече започва
So-
да губи мускули, за да запази това, което
Yeah.
му е необходимо.
But
Е почва да го взима.
I just wanted to parallel into that since we were talking about L-glutamine and what L-glutamine does. It's similar to what, Winstrol V does.
Да, че
You know,
алтернативата на станозолола е глутамина за него.
През целия ден.
Huh?
How many grams in a day
Of what?
of glutamine?
I would just take and probably what's in one serving. I mean, I would
Usually
take
here is 5 grams,
Yeah.
the scoop.
maybe about 20.
20.
20
for me,
grams.
yeah.
You like lemons. You put lemons
Yeah,
everywhere.
because
Why? Why
I'll
with
tell you
lemons?
why. I'll tell you why, George. I mean, I'll tell you why, Chris, why I like lemons. Because lemons is a natural diuretic.
Лимон е натурален диуретик.
Okay, it's a natural diuretic. Much as I'm flying around. I've been in 4 different countries, taking 10 plane flights or whatever within the last week and a half, 2 weeks. So I'm always up and down, up and down, up and down. One of the things that I learned when I was doing the European tours is
Това е осъзнал, когато лети дълго време и е
How
бил
to-
на турнета, за да не
how to
задържа
control the
толкова
water
вода,
in your body.
контролира
Right?
водата си с приемане на много лимон в
So
водата.
I've learned that drinking lemon water, it's a natural diuretic, and I've always did that to keep the water off of me.
Да. И за да изкарам
Without
водата.
taking, a diuretic. So I would drink a gallon of water with added lemon in it, and then also,
Per a day?
huh?
Per a day? Like a gallon of water per a day?
It all depends what I'm doing
Depends. Okay.
or
Да.
if I need it.
Да.
You know what I mean?
4 до 5 литра, според зависи от...
So that's what I would do.
Then,
And then lemon. Do you know that you can drink water with lemon and survive 30 days? Because the lemon has all your mineral electrolytes, everything you have to survive is inside of lemon. You could drink lemon water and survive for 30 days.
Само на лимон и вода може
know.
да изкараш 30 дни, тъй като е богат на електролити и други минерали.
Now, some people add honey in there into it for the carbohydrates, to give you some energy.
Някои добавят и мед, за
You
да
know.
вдигнат малко въглехидратите.
But if anybody in here really want to lose weight fast and stuff,
Ако някой от вас иска да загуби бързо,
do it fast.
натурално,
Drink lemon water with some cayenne pepper or something like that. You'll
Да.
probably lose about 10 pounds in 2 weeks.
до 5 килограма може да изкарате
of
до 6
fat.
седмици.
So when you guys are actually competing and stuff, that lemon water, man, instead, add that lemon inside of your water, speed up your metabolism.
Окей.
Perfect. Anything you want to talk about, Chris?
We can ask the audience.
Hold on. Let me. Also, we talked about the Levro test. We talked about the L-glutamine, creatine. Okay, back in the 70s and 80s and 90s, right? Was the good stuff, the good creatine.
It's still the
You
good.
know,
Still one of the most selling.
not everywhere. You can't find the good shit everywhere.
Oh yeah.
All right, some creatines that you find used to be on the market 5-6 years ago. When you take it and you mix it, it chunks up down in the bottom. It doesn't mix well, So the creatine monohydrate, and that
It
stuff
should be
that we
these days
have.
the good one. This evolved in the world.
Yeah, the way to tell a great creatine,
По това, което мога да познаеш, че
Put it in the
добър
water.
креатина, като го сложиш в
put it in the
водата,
water, and it'll dissolve by the time it gets to the bottom.
докато
Shake it
стигне
like
до дъното,
that.
трябва да
It's
се
done.
разтвори. Ако остане и падне
You
на
know?
дъното, значи не е добър като качество.
All of our products do this. So if you got a product to where you're putting that, putting it in there,
the scoop
and
and
you
the
fucking
shaker.
see the stuff floating around. It's junk, man. It's junk.
Ако не се разтвори, значи не е от качествените.
When I started, we talked about this earlier. When Teddy and I started the Levroni, have a business partner, Ted Zarevsky, genius. He's a genius.
Говори за неговия партньор бизнес, който
Been in the
работи
business
с
for
добавките.
about 25 years, right?
Той е от 25 години в индустрията.
he's responsible to bring in like huge brands to Europe.
Той е един от големите
He's my
виновници да вкара
He's my
хубавите
business
барки
partner.
в Европа.
I don't claim to be the genius. I'm just a moving part to the amazing puzzle. But I'm gonna tell you something. This guy right here, he ain't no joke. And you know Ted. He studies everything. He knows everything about
Той е човека зад
supplements.
формулите и това, което
I
прави
bounce.
като
Go
състав.
ahead.
Общо взето е човека, който е участвал в екипа, който е създал Animal серията на Universal в Щатите. Последствие внася всичко в Европа и оттам насетне вече всичко ни е ясно. Всички паралелки и така нататък. Но общо взето да, това е мистер Тед, който с Кевин са бизнес партньори, човек, който е един от хората работили по Animal серията. Оригиналната Animal серия на щатския пазар.
So when I have an idea or something, I'll say, hey, this and that, or if he has an idea, run it by me and we'll sit there and collectively the things that I know and the things that he know, we'll put it together and come up with what we feel like we should bring to the market, depending on what's in that market space and where we think the market space is going.
Да, той също участва и е гледал на къде върви, какъв е тренда, какви добавки се търсят и това, което ще се търси. Те работят на това, което ще е в бъдеще време, което е популярно и се търси най-вече на
Going back to
пазара.
creatine, the creatine monohydrate, Levro-Crea, we came with the silver line. We came with the straight creatine, straight creatine, Levro-Crea.
Най-чистия креатин, който са започнали от първата му линия.
I like the straight stuff. I like the
Обича
straightforward
чистите
stuff.
работи, които са...
So we decided to do that. The high grade creatine. 4-to-1 ratio, is it? 4-to-1 ratio. Then with the black line, we took, again, because of my Middle Eastern brothers out there, love you
Черната
guys to
серия
death.
за Средния изток.
Love them. But they're like, yeah, they want everything.
Те искат
That's why it's...
да не е чиста, искат и други неща да вътре да има.
And they like gold,
Креатен.
They like a lot of gold and stuff.
The creatine.
Yeah.
10 different
They
types of
like gold
creatine.
jewelry. They like everything. So I had to design that for them.
Той го е направил
Kind
специално
of looks
за...
like Dubai a little bit, right?
For
With all
Dubai,
the
sure.
gold
Да,
stuff.
да има златно малко, те обичат такива неща,
So-
да си по-лъскавите.
И ние така
Предмети.
горе-долу.
We love them too.
I love them
We
too.
like gold.
Assalamu alaikum, my brothers.
If
So
we-
what happened was they're like,
Fuck with
oh,
Tana.
they're like, Levroni, we want creatine, but we want a little more something. We want a
Но
little
искаме
more.
нещо повече от креатин, да не е
So-
чист.
You know what we did? You know what we did, Chris?
Anabolic creatine from the anabolic line.
We come out with what? Korea what? we came out, Teddy said, all right, we'll give it to him.
Добре, ще ви направим.
We'll take 10 different creatines,
Взеха 10 вида
put them in
креатин
one bottle,
в една формула.
and give them that. And that's exactly what we did. It's called creatine.
И затова така е кръстен креатин, защото съдържа 10 вида креатин вътре.
So yeah, that's how the birth of creatine came out, you know.
Така са дошли с този продукт на
And those
пазара.
guys over there, they don't have any limitations of what you can put in the products over there.
Те не
So
се
over there, we can
притесняват от
go
това, което
crazy
има
with
вътре.
stuff,
Въпросът
you
е да
know?
има повече работи.
Right.
So if you need to decide which products you will use,
И
what
for
you
the
will
straight one.
decide, you will go with the creatine mono or with a matrix.
If I have to,
When we talk with
Right.
clients, when we talk with customers, with friends, we need to recommend what we need to
Да.
recommend.
Yeah, so-
and I'm not talking about only the Levroni line.
Anything.
Yeah.
because
what-
you're in business, like I said, you know, I don't claim to have, you know, everything that everybody needs.
Той
and
не
it's
иска да
the best
каже, че
stuff.
неговите са
But let me tell you
най-добрите
something.
работи
What
на
I've
пазара.
done, what we've done is we have something. We have something for the market for whatever it is that people want. You know.
Да,
Some
той намира
people-
нишите,
Some
които
people
се търсят на пазара.
like you know, like runners and joggers and stuff. You know,
За
tennis players, they
спринтьори,
like the
за
straight
тенис
stuff.
играчи. Те обичат
You know,
чистите
like
формули.
for me, I got a 14-year-old son. He plays American football. I give him silver. You know,
Неговия син игра американски
I have-
футбол и ползва
yeah.
чистите
I have
серии.
friends that don't want to carry around 4 or 5 different bottles. You know, so I give them the black line.
Имам приятели, които не им се взимат
You know what I mean? To
отделно,
where it
а искат
has
да са в една
everything mixed in
формула.
it.
Затова им дава
You know,
черната
because
серия.
they want to maximize everything they can get in the protein. They want to maximize everything they can get in creatine. They want to maximize,
Искат от всичко
you
максималното
know,
да
everything.
извлечат.
So that's the difference. And then you know, the goal line, you know, this hits home for me because like Mercedes-Benz, Volvo, or any car company, any cell phone company or anything, you always got to evolve. So every year, every 2 years, we try to come out and stay ahead of
За да бъде на пазара, да
where we
поддържа
think the industry is going to go.
и на къде отиват
You know,
търсенията.
where's the food supplement nutritional
Това, което
industry
се
going to
търси.
be 2 or 3 years from now? So what we'll do is, okay, we started with the silver.
И за това
And
вече е излезнал с
Actually,
златната
we
серия.
came out with the women's line called the wellness line.
Има
I
и
don't know
за
if
серия
you
за
know that or
жени,
not, but we
Wellness
do
Line се
have-
казва.
We do have a line for women, wellness, where we have the L-carnitine, you know, and stuff like this for women who want to lose access,
специални
fat and
формули за
stuff
жени,
like this. The protein spreads are excellent. Do you carry those?
We have everything.
Yeah, okay. He has everything. So, you know, that's, you know, and the protein bars, I love those bars in the wellness line. You know, it's that line that's very, very mainstream, you know.
Те са по-изчистени.
Going to the goal line,
С златната серия,
yeah. Levro, what is it? The mass,
лево,
the cut,
From the gold
Yeah,
line,
the
Levro
bag.
Gold Mass.
the bag.
Yeah, Gold
Legend.
Mass. Levro Gold
Yeah.
Mass.
We just came out with that one, and that's an excellent product. With the mass stuff, with that mass, and with the
говори
gold,
за от златната
we
серия,
have
последния му
opportunities.
гейнер, който е
22
направил
grams of
другите
protein
протеини.
in here,
В високи дози на вътре в 100 грама съдържание.
and some of the protein in the gold line, we also have it in 27 grams of protein.
The isolate, I think is the high.
Yeah, you carry that? That right there. Let me tell you
От
something about that
изолатите му
product.
е един от най-високите в съдържание на 100 грама.
That product is off the charts
What?
because not a lot of companies are selling and making 27 grams of protein in one serving.
Не много компании останаха,
Okay.
които искат да сложат
You
27
could
грама
probably
чист
name it.
протеин в доза.
I know in the USA, the only one that I know in
В Америка
America
знае още едни,
is
които са
Dave
Diamantized?
Palumbo. Who? Diamantized. Diamantized.
Yeah.
It's a Canadian.
Dave Palumbo. Species. Yeah,
Species,
he
yeah.
has it.
Да.
But who else?
Probably few of them, yeah.
Not a lot.
Not a lot.
Not a lot. You know why? Because it costs a lot of money.
Yeah.
That costs a lot of money to make.
Скъпо струват и затова
So
не ги правят толкова високи
I want to tell you guys also another thing about the Levroni Signature Series line. Chris, I don't know if you probably remember. Maybe some of you guys remember. Back in like 94, 95, 96, 97, early 2000, 2001, 2, 3, 4, 5. The big thing was
От 95-та до
in the
2005 година
supplement industry was proprietary blends. Right?
индустрията за
You guys have
протеините.
those things over here too?
Yeah, of
Back
course.
then?
The most popular products are with proprietary blend.
Right.
So
Proprietary blend. Who knows what a
Blended.
proprietary blend is? Raise your hand.
Блендите, които са.
Tell me what it is, my friend. All right.
Да.
Can you stand up and say that loud one more time?
Може и на
What a
български да го кажеш.
proprietary blend is.
На български е най-добре. Кажи го на български.
Аз не знам как се превежда proprietary blend in Bulgarian.
Еми, формули, които са блендирани, микс.
Да, патентована
патентовани.
формула. Един вид казваш кои са съставките, но не казваш колко има от всяка вътре.
А само
Това
се изброява на
търговската
етикета.
тайна, за да не ти я копира някой.
Right.
Обаче това не е честно за потребителя, според мен.
So,
Да, даже понякога не се казват
Да,
Yeah, they even
Sometimes you
they don't do what the
tell
ingredients inside as
all of
well.
the ingredients.
exactly. And they say, oh, we do this because we don't want nobody to steal our formula.
Да,
Right.
такова си. Да. Понеже не искат да им се открадне,
How many
затова и
people
казват,
really
че
believe that?
не разкриват какво има вътре като съдържание.
Why do you think they do it?
because they put from the cheapest ingredients more, but the most important and the expensive ones low.
Small.
Yes. That's what a proprietary blend is. Not once have we ever made a proprietary blend.
Най-ефтините съставки, за да
Not
може да
will
има
we ever make a
максимални
proprietary
продажби.
blend.
Печалби.
Because when I started the Levroni Signature Series, Ted, I was like, you know what? I don't care how much the product costs. I'm not going to put junk in the
Когато е
product.
започнал с сребърната серия, е
I'm
казал,
not going to
че
make a cheap
не го
product
интересува колко пари ще му струва
and
продукта,
put a lot of stimulants in it just so somebody feels
иска
something,
формулите да
and
са
then
му
put a
чисти,
lot of fluff and crap in it.
без излишни
So that's
пълнежи.
what proprietary blends are. And then what they do is they put all this marketing behind it, right? All this marketing behind it, and people go out and buy it. But let me ask you a
Силно
question.
рекламирани, за да може да ги купуват хората.
Why would you buy a product
Защо
and
бихте
not
купили
even
продукт
know how many milligrams of
Дори-
that product you're putting in your body?
и като не знаете какво има вътре да си го слагате в тялото?
Why would somebody even do that? Like, you would really trust the company enough to do that,
Да не би много да им вярвате на компанията, която взимате продукта.
right? It's almost like this. It's almost if I give you a bag of cocaine and I said, take the cocaine, and you take the cocaine in a black bag, and I say it's cocaine in there, and you can't see it, but you're going to put it all in your
Това е
mouth.
същото като да ти дам едно пакетче с кокаин в черна турбичка и ти
That's
кажа,
crazy.
това е 5 грама кокаин,
So that's what
взимай го.
proprietary blends are. You're putting something that they say is in this product, but
Точно
there's
това е
nothing, you
уловката.
can't even tell what the milligrams are. So we
Не
didn't want to
казват
do that.
нищо,
All
за да
right?
могат да ти
If
продадат
they want to do
възможно.
it, God bless them, let them do it. We're not about that. Levroni Signature Series, not about that.
Той иска да се
I
дистанцира
have
от
my
тях.
name on these products, right?
Името си застава зад качеството на
I'm owner
марките.
of the company,
Той е собственик на
and it took
компанията.
me 20 years in bodybuilding to build a name for myself.
20
And I'm not
години е
going to make
градил
a
името.
product that's got junk in it that somebody can take and it's going to hurt them.
И зад всеки един продукт стои,
Or I'm
че
not,
няма да,
yeah, I'm not,
да навреди на никой с нищо, защото си
right.
за
I'm
този
not
продукт с
going
това
to do
качество.
that for $1.
И
For
той не
what?
иска да го прави за
I
някакви
know about all my
пари.
products because I was involved in the formulation and the design of every single one of my products.
Той е запознат с
So,
всеки един негов продукт,
You know,
тъй като иска да участва във всеко
so the
едно
passion
производство.
for me is a little different. When you get a piece of the Levroni stuff, you get in my thoughts, some of my ideas, and a piece of everything that I believe in that single product.
Идеите, в които вярва и
If you
това,
have any
което иска
questions
да
about
прави,
that product,
че
you guys can send me a message
това, което е
on
на етикета,
Instagram,
отговаря.
social media.
Винаги може
I'm
да
the one that
отговори в
answers that,
Instagram или в Facebook, ако има някакви
I do
въпроси.
all of my marketing. I'm the one that does the marketing. I'm the one that does the writing on the products. I'm the one that posts about the products.
Той се
That's
занимава
me.
с поста, с маркетинга и с това, което има като
So I know
съдържание всеки
exactly what's
продукт.
going on with the customers. I know what
И е
if we got
наясно
complaints, if we don't have complaints, that's me.
дали има
It ain't like I have a
оплаквания,
team. I'm like, okay, yeah, you
имаме
guys do
проблеми
that.
с
Forget that.
дадени
Just
протеини.
give me the money. That's not what this is about, you know? So I want to build something that's going to actually help people. And you got to understand why you need to take them. So when you come into, you know, the store to get products,
И затова той
you know,
държи, когато някой влезе в магазина и
hopefully they
иска
can
да се спре
educate
на
you.
неговата марка,
They can educate you and help you decide what product to use,
може правилно да ви
what product to
насочат
take, you know?
от това, което той иска да вземе,
So,
за да бъде това, което
That's why
наистина
we
е
have the
вътре.
goal. That's why we
да
have the
отговаря на
silver. That's why
етикета
we
и
have the
качеството.
wellness line. That's why, you know, because things are always evolving. I coach football. You know, I'm a strength conditioning coach on my son's football team. You know, and
На отбора му на сина му
I
е
give them my products.
кондиционен треньор.
You know, I
Им
give them
дава от
ice
неговите
away stuff.
продукти.
Those kids
Доста
love it.
неща им дава.
You know what I mean? They love it. They also take the
Dangerous.
BCAAs and essential amino acids.
Обичат най-вече аминокиселините,
And in
есенциалните
7 years,
аминокиселини.
Chris, 7 years, you know, God bless us. We never had one single complaint.
До сега от 7
Not one
години,
single
откакто е на
lawsuit, not
пазара,
one single complaint
не е имал
about nothing.
оплакване за
And if
нито
we
един
have,
продукт.
the only complaint we had, you know what it was, Chris? Maybe
Единственото,
when we
което е
first
било
came out,
като
when we
оплакване,
first came out
в
with
началото.
the products, I think it might have been the Levro pump. Oh,
за Левропъмп.
yeah. I don't know if you had that green stuff that what was it called? The taste of it. It was but anyway, when we first came out, it tastes terrible.
Много е бил ужасен на вкус.
And I
И
told
това е било
Tess,
единственото оплакване
I said,
като
man, we need to
причина.
change the taste. But we changed that in a matter of like 2 months, you know?
След 2 месеца са
And we made
променили
those
формулата
adjustments.
и вече са
But we
нагласили.
changed it because
Да е станало
people told us what they wanted and
удобно
what
за
they
пиене.
liked, you know? So we always get the feedback from our customers,
Затова се
your
интересуват всички
customers. So make sure you
клиенти и
get
хора
that feedback, and they'll tell you
да
exactly
му
what they
казват за
want.
проблемите, за да може
You know,
максимално да
you-
подобри качеството.
Chris
и
had some
производството.
guys contact him. Hey, do you carry this product? Do you carry it? So, you know, you got to cater to them, you know, and you got to bring in what they want. And he's certainly done that. With that kind of passion driven behind a nutritional supplement brand, that's why we sustain where we are.
Затова ние сме
so
стабилни
far.
на пазара, защото го правиме с
Yeah.
желание и
And,
любов.
Before COVID hit, I was in 24 different countries
Преди да почне вълната на COVID,
within a matter of 1 year.
е обиколил за една
You know,
година 24 държави.
I filled up three passport books,
Три
in
паспорта е
5
напълнил
years.
с печати.
you know, because I was going. I mean, I was out
All
there.
the time.
I was out there, you know. People were like,
Той затова е постоянно на път, за да
You know,
може да вижда във всяка
I
една
remember when
държава
we first started the company,
как
people
се
were like,
развиват.
you know, you can't do this, you can't do that, you can't do this. Well, you know what? I've always heard that you can't do something. So when people tell you you can't do something, don't even listen to them.
Не слушайте тези, които ви
You
казват,
know,
че това не може
greater the
да се направи.
sacrifice, greater the reward. You know, I
Винаги има
remember.
жертви в това, което искате да бъдете, за да може да постигнете
I mean,
резултати.
they're like, you know, we started this company, and it just took a lot of groundwork. I hit the road. I
Много
hit the
време му
road.
отнело, докато
You know,
създаде
and I have a
компанията.
son. You know, there's moments when I didn't see my son for half a year because I'm on the
Повече
road
от половин година не е виждал сина си, защото
Living
е
in
бил
hotel
постоянно на път.
rooms. by myself. You know,
Живее сам
traveling,
по хотелските стаи.
doing what I needed to do. You know,
Правил е това, което трябва,
from
за да може
Russia,
да
I would
изгради.
go to Russia,
компанията.
Moscow. You know, and she knows. I would travel from Moscow all the way down to what is it? Kosovo.
Kosovo in Serbia.
Kosovo.
Serbia?
All the way down, right? One is here and one is here. Almost next to Japan. Or is it next to Japan, right?
No. Probably it's a
Or,
different
or
country.
Asia. Kazakhstan? Is it Kazakhstan?
Казахстан.
Kazakhstan's down the bottom.
Казахстан.
Right. Because you got to cross over Kazakhstan.
От
And
един до
Kazakhstan
другия
is by
край е.
Japan, right? Or something?
It's
So
the Asian
I would
border.
do this. Brrrr.
Постоянно е
7
летял.
days. Ba-da-da-da-da-da. Hitting accounts at stores, giving seminars, talking to people, rolling, man.
Постоянно е правил семинари
I mean-
и се е срещал с хората, за да може да
So,
направи.
People
Възможно
want what you
най-добрите
have, but guess
продукти.
what? They're not willing to do what you do. They sit back and they see, oh yeah, he got this, but are you willing to put in that sacrifice?
Ако искате нещо да
You know,
направите, трябва да
Are they
жертвате,
willing to do what you did?
за да
This guy's a
постигнете това,
legend. This
което
guy right here
искате.
is a legend. Like, he just didn't get here today. He started doing his thing, 18 years old in high school, 19 years old. Arnold Schwarzenegger, having
Да, всеки е
dreams and
почнал.
stuff, motivated. He's carried a lot for this whole country on his back, bringing supplementation and stuff here. I mean, I have the utmost respect for him. I could sit here and talk about my experience, but I can't imagine what he's been through. So people always look at the success what Chris has built and look at the success of what I've built and looked at my career. But what about what goes on inside of that human being? What about the times that he's suffering, right?
Да, никой не зачита това, което
And-
всеки е
and that
жертвал,
stuff.
за
And
да бъде
why-
това, което е днес.
Why he does what he does?
той е правил
Why
това,
did he
което е.
do? What drives him?
Какво го
you know,
кара да го прави?
And it's funny how people try to copy off of what you do.
Това, което е
try to knock
смешното,
off
че
your
повечето
products.
искат да стане нещо много бързо и
They can
да
knock
копират.
off the way it looks. They
това,
can
което
knock off
правиш.
that, but they can't.
Но не могат.
They'll never have that heartbeat of
никога няма
drive
да
and
го
the
имат
passion
това.
that I have because I am who I am.
Защото не знаят те кои са, гледат другите вместо да гледат
And-
себе си.
All that being said, success lies in all of us. You have to just stay true to who you are.
Успеха в това, че
You-
трябва да
you
бъдете
have to
истински,
Not be afraid and to admit
да не се
when you don't
страхувате.
know something and to
Това, че
admit
ще сблъскате с нещо, което ви е
that you cannot
непознато,
do everything by yourself
и това, което трябва
and
да
you're going to
правите.
have low moments.
Ще имате моменти, в
I
които
had a lot of low
долу,
moments
ниско на
when I
земята.
tore my chest. I tore my chest,
Когато
pectoral
е
major minor.
скъсал гърдата,
Had a 14-hour operation, got second in Olympia, Mr. 1992, tore my chest.
през
They
92-а,
said
когато
you
се е
could never
готвил за
come back and be a
Олимпията,
bodybuilder.
му
Well,
казали,
guess
че
what?
никога няма да се върне повече на сцената.
It took me 7 months. I didn't work out. It took me 4 months to get in shape for the Mr. Olympia.
7
After
месеца не е
blowing my
тренирал.
whole chest out, I come back to Olympia. After getting second in 92, I came back in 93, and I got fifth.
Когато се е върнал, е бил пети и се е класирал на
And then they
Олимпията
said,
след
well, oh, he must didn't tear it,
Операцията.
that bad. Well, okay, so you know what happened? I went and I competed in the Arnold Classic 6 months later, and I won. And then I brought my doctor, and we showed him how bad my
Показахме
injury
им
was.
как колко бе
I
била
was bench
лоша
pressing 300 kilos.
операцията
How
и
much is that in pounds?
300,
700 pounds.
Well, 600. 200. How much is 250? How much is that?
280,
About
280 kilos.
Yeah, 280 kilos, right? After the Olympia, I got second.
След Олимпията, когато е
In
бил втори,
1992, I came home in
Yes, they
February and
thought-
I was benching like this, 600
февруари
kilograms.
месец.
My whole side blew out.
Цялата му
I ripped
гърда
my
е
tendon
изкочила.
snapped in half.
Скъсал се е целият
My
мускул на две.
pectoralis major minor snapped. Everything ripped. And it never ever been a bodybuilder that came back from that injury, Chris.
И никой като
Barry
неговата
Domain
травма
tore
не
his,
се е
Rich
връщал обратно
Gaspari
на
tore
света.
his. They always had,
Рич Гаспари го имал същата
You know,
подобна травма,
by the grace of God, I had a great doctor and he
но е
operated
имал
on
късмета,
me.
че е попаднал на
Within
велик лекар,
24 hours, he operated on me. And
който го оперирал
He never
24 часа след
first time that
травмата.
surgery was ever done was he did it on a dead body first. Okay, on a
Това,
cadaver.
което е правил върху него, първо го изпробва
That
върху
way
труп,
he knew he could put me back together.
за да знае, че е
So-
възможно да стане и при жив човек.
When he did that, I said, you know what? Go for it. Fix me. And by the
Когато е
grace of
разбрал
God,
Кевин, е казал, окей, давай и пробвай го и на мен.
yeah, I lost like, how much is 60 pounds in body weight?
Around 30, 28 kilos.
I lost 28 kilos. 28
Загубил е
kilos
около почти 30 килограма
over 7 months.
за 7 месеца.
I could not eat. I had to learn how to do everything with my right hand again. I was in a partial
Тъй като е
body cast
левичар,
for
е
4
трябвало да
months.
почне да се учи да яде с дясната ръка.
My weight went from, 32 kilos, 24 kilos down. I had to learn how to do a push-up.
Започнал е
I
от
couldn't even bench press
лицеви опори, тъй като не
just
е
the
можел да
bar.
прави
I had
нищо.
to learn how to do everything.
С лоста също е започнал да
And I had
тренира
4 months to
когато
get ready for the Mr.
и е
Olympia.
трябвало за 4 месеца да се подготви
And I
за
had to gain
Олимпията.
kilos to do this after a pec
и да си
tear.
върне тези загубени
And I
килограми.
went into Mr. Olympia and I got fit.
Излиза и
So
става.
at that point, I knew it was a miracle, right?
Това за
so-
него е
And
чудо.
that's why. So anyway, I go and I ended up winning the Arnold Classic, and then I brought my doctor, and everybody's like, "Oh
Затова
shit!"
е взел на Арнолд
How did he
Класик,
do
неговия
this?
лекар, за да докаже,
You
че
know,
това
it
наистина е
was just really a
възможно.
miracle
И че
from
се е
God, I
случило.
think. But see, when something happens to you, people think, "Oh, that's bad. It's devastating." Of course, it is.
На всеки му
But
се
it's
случило
also
нещо лошо в
opportunity.
живота, но това е една
It's
възможност
an opportunity to do something that's
да
never been
направиш
done
нещо,
before,
което някой друг никой не
And
го е
I
правил
use that-
преди това.
to fuel me to go forward.
И това го е мотивирало.
So, and that's why I say bad times don't last forever. As long as
Че
you
лош-
never quit, you'll never lose, no matter how long it takes. So that's why that's how I got
Че
that
винаги
mindset.
стават лоши неща, но те
then I
не траят
realized
вечно.
I realized, Chris, that I didn't need to train 12 months anymore. I could only train if I'm healthy 4 months and
Затова
be
е
ready for the Mr. Olympia.
решил, че може да се подготви
So,
за такъв кратък период от
That's
време за
how all that
Мистер
came
Олимпия.
about.
Така е
It's
дошла
because of that
идеята
package.
да почне да се готви с кратки
So before
периоди.
my pec injury of having that major accident, I only won 3 pro shows.
Преди
So
този
my whole
голям
career
инцидент е
began
бил само на 3
After
професионални
that injury,
първенства.
I ended up winning 20 shows. And they
А
said
след
it couldn't
това
be
е
done,
направил още 20.
right? They said it couldn't be done.
Значи е
Let
възможно.
me tell you something. That's when I realized that don't let anybody ever tell anybody in this
Никога не
room,
позволявайте на някой
these guys here, don't ever let anybody tell you what you're capable
да
of
ви
doing.
каже вие на какво сте
You can
способни и
do anything
възможни
in the
да
world you
направите.
want as long as you believe in yourself.
Стига да го
So when I
вярвате, е
talk
възможно
about
да се
things,
случи.
when I say, hey, don't quit, don't give up, I'm talking about things in experience that I've been through, And believe me, so, my father died when I was 10 years old. You guys
Баща му е
probably
починал,
know that.
когато е умрял.
You know,
Е бил на 10
My
години.
mother died when I was 20. They never lived
Майка
to
му е
see me.
починала, когато е
They
бил на
never lived to
20.
see me do any of this.
Те не са имали възможността да видят нито
But
едно от
that was the
неговите
turning point of
шоу и възможности, които...
that was a turning point of me
Браво.
getting into health and fitness.
Това е неговата
Wanting to
повратна
eat
точка,
right,
за да
studying
почне.
about the body because both of my parents died from cancer. I didn't want to die from cancer.
Те са починали
You know?
двамата от рак и
It
той
was so
затова
devastating. I was hurt.
е искал да
So I
прекъсне
started
тази връзка.
Studying
Защото си
about
мисля, че ще
the
почине
body,
също от
how to
рак.
eat, how to train, how to stay healthy. And that's how I got into bodybuilding.
Така се е научил да бъде, как да се живее здравословно и
So
така е
when you
влязъл в
think your life is
бодибилдинга.
falling apart, and I thought my life was falling apart when my father died. He was the first person I saw in the casket. I've never seen that before,
Това е
But
първият човек, който е видял
at that young
починал.
age, God got my attention. That's why I'm always talking
Това за
about
него е
God
бил
now.
голям шок.
He's like, Kevin, why you always talking about God? Because God got my attention at a young age. And if it wasn't for him, God taking my father, and it all makes sense now, I would have never been a bodybuilder.
Сега навръзва всичко,
The
защото
world wouldn't even know Kevin Levron. None of you guys would even know me. So again, when you think your life falling apart, it's falling into place. And that's why I go out and me be the bodybuilder guy, that's cool. But I just use that to help other guys, help
затова сега
ladies, help
така
people,
обикаля
get
и
over
иска
their
да
tough
помага на
times and
хората
hard
в
times.
трудните времена,
know?
да им каже, че е възможно
So
да направят това,
that's-
което искат.
That's what it's all
И да
about.
постигнат.
Because if God can take that young kid that was
Вярата
10
му в
years
Господ,
old, who didn't have any parents,
без родители,
and
му
the
е
whole world
помогнал
knows my
да
name right now, that's
да
like
бъде
a
това, което е
miracle.
днес.
And then overcome that injury and overcome everything and not have a father say, hey, I'm proud of you. Hey, this.
Никой не е имал, който да му каже, ей, гордея се
I
с
mean,
тебе, синко.
It's like a miracle, right?
Това за него си е...
So when I tell you
Just a
about
children.
God and I say, hold
Because-
on, and I say these things, I'm telling you, I'm living proof that there
Това е
is a
живо
God
доказателство,
and that he can work miracles because he worked them in
че
my life.
чудесата се случват, защото аз съм
And because of who I am
живо доказателство за това.
and what I've went through, the whole world knows my name. But guess what? I'm here for you guys. Like I might have lost my parents or I
Аз съм
might
днес
have
тук за
lost
вас,
this
тъй като знам какво е да
huge
загубиш.
part of my family. But guess
Да
what?
нямаш
My
никой
fans
за
is my
подкрепа.
family now.
Сега вие
So
сте
you
моето
guys
семейство.
motivate me and keep me strong to go on and
Вие ме
all this stuff.
вдъхновявате да продължавам да правя
You
това,
know?
което
So it
правя
was
през
like
последните години.
you guys are what motivated me for my comeback. When I came back
Вие сте
and I
способни
decided
да
to
ме
come back.
мотивирате да се върна
It
за
was
още
the
един път.
fans. And even though I got last place in that comeback, that was one of the most powerful Mr. Olympias I've ever did.
Това за него последната
You
Олимпия
know,
е
because
най-великото нещо, което
I had you guys.
е
I had the
правил.
fans with me.
Защото
And
всички
they didn't
фенове
care
са
about
били
if I
с него.
placed last.
За тях не е било
They just knew
важно
that
на
I
кое
cared
място ще
about them,
класират.
and we did that show together. And
Важното е, че
that's
е
the most
излезнал и е
memorable Mr.
показал
Olympia to me
възможността да
ever.
се състезава отново.
So yeah, that's what's up. I just want to share that with you guys.
Това е, което исках да споделя с вас.
Thanks.
Ако някой нещо иска
Some
да
questions
въпроси,
from the
Yeah.
audience.
само изчакай да ти дадем микрофона.
I have two questions, if you don't mind. One is a fitness question, the other is on the spiritual side, while we're on this vibe. Which one do you want to ask you? All right. So, do you think, in a way, that this crisis that we're all going through right now, worldwide, is it, like you said, in a way, an obstacle to all of humanity in order for us to realize that we're more than what we think we are? So, are you positive in this regard in
Yeah,
terms of what's happening right now?
Right. Because I think in the midst of chaos, you can really see what's true. Like, no matter what's going on out in the world, no matter what the news say, that's the outside world around us, right? I don't live in that world.
Той не се интересува от това, което е по новините, това, което
I
казват.
see it.
Той не живее в този свят.
I'm in the middle of it. It's going on around me.
Всичко е това, което е
But
около мен, той не
When you're in the
го
middle
обръща
of
внимание.
chaos,
Somebody is smoking. No? Good. Like a fire.
So when you're in the middle of that chaos,
Когато си по средата на някакъв такъв хаос,
I think that's the opportunity
мисля, че това е възможността
for leaders to rise,
за лидерите да
for
се
people to gather together,
да обединят
It has
хората,
to be
да имат възможността
someone
да
to unite
някой, който да ги поведе
and stop the chaos.
и да спре хаоса.
Now, chaos happens because there's no structure.
Хаоса се случва, защото няма структура,
Chaos happens because there's no boundaries.
защото няма граници.
If-
Хаоса е
If
причина
you
за...
are a father and you have a family
Ако си баща и имаш
and you have a
семейство,
wife and you have kids,
жена и деца,
okay, and you're the leader of your home.
ти си
The
лидера
Bible
на
says, God says,
къщата.
a man is
Библията е казала, че
to take care of,
мъже е
the overseer,
нужен да
the
се грижи
provider
за
for his
цялото
home.
семейство.
okay? Every man, that's his purpose, to
На всеки мъж това
protect,
е
lead, guide
задължение.
infrastructure
Да
in
е
his home,
пример
okay?
и да пази семейството.
I've seen some guys and I have friends, the marriages fall
Виждал съм
apart.
приятели, които се
The wife
развеждат,
leaves them.
майки
uh,
изоставащи
They have problems out of the
семействата.
kids, because the structure of that home
Всичко това е причина,
Is it
защото
in order.
няма
okay?
ред.
In order to have the structure of the home in order,
За да
you
бъде
have to
всичко наред
follow
в едно
God's
семейство.
rules and God's laws of the Ten Commandments. That's why He's wrote them down for
Трябва
us
да се
as men.
уповаваме на Божиите
Not are
заповеди.
we going to be perfect, but
Не
I'm
да
going to give you
бъдем
this book
перфектни,
to make your life a little easier. Here's the instructions. Here's the
Но
walls
вътре
of
има
boundary that
инструкциите,
you need to
които
live within.
трябва да живееш с
The
тях,
world has gotten
да
away
бъдеш
from that.
по-спокоен.
And along the way, it seemed to be cool 5 years ago, 10 years ago in America for a woman want to marry another woman. And some men think that's cool because in America,
Преди
they
10
want to go
години
out
беше интересно
and marry another man. You understand?
жени да се женят за жени.
It's
не
not
за
cool.
жени. Но не
You know,
но не е
there's
хубаво.
nothing masculine about that because when
Няма
God
нищо.
creates a man, he creates a man to be with a woman
По
for a
принцип
certain
човек е
purpose.
създаден мъжът да
And a
бъде
man
с
can
жена.
never flourish to his full potential until he has a wife. Okay?
И мъжът
So
не може
the
да развие
structure
пълния си
of
потенциал,
men
ако няма
is
семейство
out of chaos.
с жена.
And that's
Това
why the
всичко
world
е
is out of chaos.
един пълен хаос.
And what has happened is, you know, a lot of the women, they're out of control too. In America, if you look at it in
В
America,
Америка жените са
you know,
извън
they
контрол.
got fake titties, they got fake hair, they got fake ass, they got
Всичко
fake
изкуствено
everything.
при тях.
You know, they were 5 or 6 different boyfriends. Every time you look on Instagram,
Имат
there's a
различни
new man in their
по 5-6
life
гаджета
every
наведнъж,
6 months that somebody they're in love with. I mean,
които ги
the
сменят през
structure of
5-6
chaos
месеца.
is all around. So, what happened to the leadership? What happened to that structure when it comes to men and women? They both are way off. And I honestly think it's so far gone right now, it will take a miracle to bring it back.
За съжаление, само чудо може
you
да
know,
ни спаси,
And they
за да
say
се върне всичко в
America is
нормалния
supposed to
си
lead
ред.
the world and whatever it is and all that, you know, which it should be, but it not should be doing it the way that it's doing it right now. And I totally disagree with it.
Тотално не е
I
съгласен с
don't
това,
like it.
което
I don't
Америка
like to see people all over the
иска да
place
наложи
acting like
като
animals, you know.
модел за подражание. Това, което те правят там.
And they used to do that in the biblical times. And that's why Moses had to go up and get the 10 Commandments from God because
Затова
was it
Мозес е
Babylon or
отишъл
something like that? People were going crazy.
и е създал
you know,
Господ
sleeping
тези
with
10
animals.
заповеди,
Just everything.
на които ние
And the
трябва да
world
се
is getting
уповаваме.
back to that state again.
Ако ние се
know,
върнем до това
But that
положение, когато да се
infrastructure, we
уповаваме
need
на
it.
тези закони,
We
тогава
certainly need
нещата
it.
ще бъдат нормализирани.
And that's what it's going to take. It's going to take for somebody to step up, but we have to do it, you know, individually as men. You need to do your part.
Всеки трябва да си свърши неговата
Living
част.
Legend right
Като
here needs
мъж
to do his part.
да създаде
He need to do his
семейство,
part. He need to do his part.
за да
These
бъдат
big guys
нещата
back
както
here need to
наред.
do their part. You know, those are big guys. You know, people gonna look. They're gonna get somebody's attention by the way they look. Now, once you have my attention, then what is he gonna say to me?
Хората,
you know,
които са толкова големи
as
като
men,
вас,
We need to be
може да
leaders.
привлечете вниманието и да бъдете
Doesn't
лидери,
matter what we look like.
като модели за
If you're a
подражание.
man or if you're a woman, you still need to be, you know, who you are and what God created you to be. I mean, I'm looking at these two right here. You guys are married? Yeah, see?
Да.
She's right next to him. He's next to her. Listen to everything I'm saying.
Начина по който се
So,
случат
you know,
нещата.
this is
Са
a beautiful
двойките
thing.
заедно да бъдат.
But this is
Всяка-
what the world is getting away from.
Това е
That
което
family
светът
unit.
бяга от
You
семейния
understand?
съюз.
And that's why it's more chaos. That's why it's crazy.
Затова е такъв хаос,
And it's not okay. You know?
което не е добре.
And in America, and maybe some other places too, but I got to keep saying America because that's where I live. And,
Основно
you know,
говори за Америка, тъй
you
като
got-
има
you got-
там
you got
най-много
parents
наблюдения.
that's, you know, allowing their kids that are 13 and 14 years old to take hormone pills to change their sex.
Това, което е абсурда, че
And it's starting in
в
Hollywood.
Америка 13-14
It's
годишни
insane,
деца,
man.
родителите им позволяват да взимат хормони, за да си
So,
сменят
in other
пола.
words, you're trying to tell me that the doctor knows more than what God
И
knows
вие
when he
искате да ми
created that
кажете, че
kid?
един доктор знае повече от
No
Господ,
way.
който ни е
No
създал.
way.
Няма
So when
начин.
people are out of line with what God, then they will never find their purpose in life. They will never find their purpose in life.
Никога няма да намерят тяхната
know,
природа, това,
I
което
know
е в
what my
живота.
purpose is
Тези, които
because I
Копират
never
от
got in
другия.
alignment with God. I never got out of alignment with Him when my father died, when my mother died, when my brother got murdered, when my other brother died, when my grandfather died, when my grandmother died. Never. When I tore my chest, when I never won the Mr. Olympia, when I got second 18, 19 times, no matter what happens to me, it's
независимо
okay.
колкото и лоши
And
неща
if
да му се
anybody
случват,
Says,
той
hey,
не се е
if there's
променил.
anything about your life you want to change, or would you go back and do it different? No.
Дали е искал нещо
I wouldn't
друго да
change
направи, ако
nothing about my
това,
life.
което му се е случило да се върне 20 години
Because it
назад,
brought me
той
to this point of
казва, че би
understanding
избрал същия път.
what life is all about. You know, we need that kind of leadership in every country. You know, the presidents. We need that kind of president. We need that kind of congressman. you know, but it starts at home. We need those kind of
Което трябва да
families
се
and that kind
направи
of husbands
това е
and
да
wives,
започнем от
you know.
здравото семейство.
You know, when I say this, I'm not saying
А не да
you're
има
no
такива
better than your wife. You're
еднополови
equal.
връзки.
She's equal. You know what I mean? It's equal. Because when this man walks in the room, his wife walks with him, and she's going to see things that he can't even see. Because a woman has a woman intuition. And women know things
Това,
that men
което е
don't
хубаво на
even know.
двойките, че жените
It's
имат
called a
друга
women's
вид.
intuition.
Женската интуиция е различна
God
от това,
gave-
което ние имаме като мъже.
God gave every single woman that gift.
И затова
of a
Господ
woman's
е дал
intuition.
на всяка една жена тази интуиция. Че
So when
ние
she-
не виждаме
when she-
неща, които те
When
могат да ги
she
видят.
binds with her husband, it raises him to another whole level
Затова жената може да издигне мъжа на
than
съвсем
the
друго
single
ниво.
guy out here in the street.
Докато този, който е
You
сам,
see, he lost.
ще бъде на
He
улицата и
chasing
няма да
all
може
the
да,
wrong shit.
да направи това, което е
You know?
принцип в един брак.
That's the problem with our society in the world right now.
Това е един от основните проблеми в обществото и в световен мащаб.
You know?
Cool.
All right. Yeah, and
No
I
problem.
have a question about cravings.
About what?
Cravings.
About cravings.
Yeah.
Because I've seen you in one of your interviews, you've talked about that the hardest part about dieting, most people can't stick to their diet because they're constantly feeling the urge to cheat on their diets. I personally have noticed, and we're talking about who don't usually use anabolics. When I try to diet down very hard, if I keep pushing the weights as hard as I am when I'm getting weight and I'm getting strength, then my cravings tend to multiply. So what I do as a natural fitness enthusiast, I lower my working weights, and I've noticed that there's something probably about the nervous system that when you eat less and you train hard, you deplete certain neurotransmitters or something like that. And I'm just wondering why there isn't a product that addresses this for natural guys right there, because there is also studies that show that when your androgens are artificially high, you know, you keep your neurotransmitters higher as well, so you're not likely to get those cravings when you're dieting. There's
Your
yeah.
body. Let me stop you right there. Your body's telling you something. You know, your body's telling you something. That's why you have that craving. So I think if your body's telling you something, you need to listen to it. You know, like when I tore my chest, I had to totally listen to my body and understand what it wanted me to do, and not force it to do something that I think I should do. So it'll tell you what you need when you need it. So if you feel like you're craving for something, go ahead and do it. Just get away, give your body what it needs. It could be your body could be low on sugar. Your body could be telling you that because something else is getting ready to happen that you don't even know about. I think instincts. You need to follow your instincts, and if it's telling you, wow, you know, I need to take in some water, or I need to take in some sugar, you know, because my blood sugar level is dropping, or I'm you know what I mean? It's fighting something and it's asking you for it. So you need to give it to it. You know? Yeah. So be okay with that. You know, with that craving, you know, long as you know it's a natural craving, you're not craving no drugs or anything. You know what I mean? I've always learned how to listen to what my body. You don't need to eat 6-7 times a day. I did it because I had to force my body, right? Force it to grow over a period of time, a short period of time, because I wanted to compete in the Miss Olympia States. That wasn't normal what I did. It's not normal to eat 7 times a day. Not normal to work out. That's not normal. And that's why when you do things and it ain't normal, that's why you risk the chance of hurting yourself, injuring your body, having a heart attack because you're pushing the boundaries and your body's not made to do that. Okay.
Yeah, but I think you have to push the boundaries if you want to be on that level. Otherwise,
You got to push
you
the
know, to be
boundaries, but when I'm talking
smart
about
way.
that, you got to think about bodybuilding isn't healthy.
yeah,
There's nothing healthy about bodybuilding. The only thing healthy about it is probably the eating part, if you do that right.
but not for
But
a
all
long
the other
time.
shit's not healthy. You think it's healthy? These guys don't feel good when they're in the gym squatting 600 pounds. Your back hurt.
That's
aren't
a
you?
passion.
No, these guys are working out. Those guys are sore. It's hurting, right? Damn right it hurts. When they're squatting, it hurts. It's a lot of pain. You're ripping muscle fibers. You're tearing muscle fibers. Your heart rate's being elevated. You know, you feel like you're ready to freaking die in the middle of a workout. I'd be down on the floor throwing up, you know, and then the next day you can't even walk and everything is just, your heart rate's up, you're sweating, you know, everything is just triggered, man.
Yeah, but that's your passion.
Other
Do it
words, what
for
I'm saying is
yeah.
it's not normal.
Yeah, it is.
That's not normal to body. The body is not designed to squat 600 or 700 pounds, 300 or 400 kilos on your back, you know, going up and down, up and down, up and down.
What do you think about Ronnie Coleman?
For
Is that from
yeah,
with all
of
the
course it
stuff?
is. Of course it is.
from
You
the
know?
deadlifts and the squats?
Yes.
mostly.
If you ask him, he'll tell you.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's what
he
happened.
admitted.
He
actually.
blew his back out squatting 800 pounds on the second rep, I believe. You know, but for him, he said, okay, I'll do it again. So what I'm saying is to load your body up on the spine with that much weight, it's not healthy. Okay? Completely not healthy.
For a short amount of time, it's okay,
know?
but not.
Yeah. So, like for me, I would bench press 500-600 pounds. You know, I would squat 500 pounds on my back for 20 reps. You know, 700 pounds on my back squatting. 14 years, man. That's a lot.
True.
You know, crazy. Like I'm sitting here right now, and you guys looking at me like, oh yeah, he's healthy, but my spine is like this. You're the inside of your spine is straighter than my spine. You know, like, but I've learned how to cope and deal with it.
Yeah.
But my spine is crooked from all the weight that I put on my body from squatting. You know, so to get at that level, oh, you're gonna do some suffering. It's gonna be a lot of pain, and you gotta learn how to live with it. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Serious. You guys got any more questions?
Някой още да има въпроси?
Okay, go ahead.
Huge respect, first of all.
Thank you, brother.
I will ask you that. What did you eat the days before the show? Like last 2 days? What was your refeed? And also, did you cut the salt?
No, I never cut salt. Well,
What?
I never cut salt. I just got salt from the food that I was taking in. But I never like added salt or anything like that. What I would do is just whatever salt was in the fish that I was eating, that's where I got it. I would do a 3-month diet, 3.5-month diet, and I would never change it. I would take it all the way up to the show. I think a lot of people make mistakes because they don't get into shape, you know, depending on what they diet. And when they realize that, oh, I got 2 weeks for my show, I got a week for my show, and then they're behind in their diet and they're holding water and all these things, then they go to drastic changes, right? Because they didn't do enough cardio because they wanted to eat meat all the time.
Yeah.
So they're always not in shape when the show comes. See, if you're in shape when the show comes, you don't have to worry about dropping your sodium. You don't have to worry about going to those drastic measures, you know? So I always calculated and knew exactly what was going on to where I didn't have to do that. When you sodium load and sodium deplete, you're taking a chance because your body recognizes something within 48 hours. Like, wow, I don't have any sodium in me anymore, or you know, he's done something. But why would you want to put all that hard work in and then the last week start changing things? You know, this is where people always make those kind of mistakes. That's why they always look better the day or 2 days after a show.
Mm.
You know,
You're not like blowing after the shows and other stuff because still your body is in
not
good
like what?
levels of sodium and other stuff.
What's
Not
that?
like blowing off after the show. You're not
Right.
getting to cold
Yep.
water.
Yep, exactly. I'm
Okay.
gonna show these guys a picture here. See that? That's my doctor right there.
Okay.
That's an X-ray.
Can
Yeah, look
show
at
the-
this.
Yeah.
Do you see the date on here? Can you make that date out or no?
Please give me. Here's the birthday. Ah, yeah, I can see. Oh, that's like last month or 2
Yeah.
months ago.
No, it was.
Има снимка
Hold on.
на гръбнака му.
Let me show you.
Ще се опитаме да ви я покажем. Преди 2 месеца си е снимал колко му е изкривен.
What's the date?
27 of August. На
August?
27 август.
How many
му е
weeks
правен
ago was
снимка.
that?
Преди 3 weeks. Преди
3 weeks
3
ago. Like I told you guys, I always go to the doctors. I'm not sitting here bullshitting. I tell you the truth, what I'm talking about. See that?
Okay.
This right here
You can post it.
is. You can post it.
You can post
Post it where?
on the social media.
Nah, I'm not gonna post this on social media. Hell no.
No, I'm not talking
I'm
about
posting
social
this shit
media.
on social media.
Kevin's back.
Yeah. No way. I'm gonna show you guys what it looks like after 15 years of hardcore bodybuilding and training. The workload that I put on my back from squatting.
Иска да ви покажа това, което се е случило с
Even though I
15
felt
години
this
от
pain, I still
клекове и
kept
тяга.
going. So I'm gonna show you guys, okay?
We can pass the phone if you like. It's an easier way.
Here. So take that. Start with him.
На камерата направо. ако
Here.
искаш.
Here you go. Look. See that? Look. Not the camera. See that? It's crazy, right? Look at that. Yeah?
Me
See?
too.
That's twisted. That's from squatting. See that? Yeah. See? That's my spine. Yeah. It's crazy, right? Look at that. It's like, yeah. So that's like, that's what it took. Thank God I can walk right now still. See that? That's from squat. Crazy, right? Look at that shit. Look. Yeah. Squatting, man. Look at that.
Повече от 100 кила са няма да клякваме вече.
Fucking bad. That's from squatting. See? Insane, right? It's crazy. Yeah. It's serious shit. See? Would I do it all over again to accomplish what I did?
Yes.
Yeah, but I think I would probably try something a little different, you know? When I went in the gym, every single day I would go in the gym all the time, I would always squat. You know, I would always go right up to the squat rack. I start off with 315 and I would squat 15, 20 reps, 6 sets, 20 reps, you know. I start off with 315 pounds, 405, 500, you know, with squats, just heavy every week for 14, 15 years. That's what happens, you know. And I used to be 2 inches taller. I used to be taller. Now I'm like shorter, but every week. Congratulations. How's your spine? Straight? Yeah? How old are you? How old? Is he? That's a lot of weight. How much weight is that?
Колко килограма са това, Краси? 270 kilos.
How much? How much is that in
107.
pounds?
650 pounds.
Every week. Damn, that's a lot. Congratulations, brother. So, you know, what I want to say is we all wear our scars. Okay? That's what I had to go through. It's okay. I'm here. I'm walking around, you know? So you're looking at me like this, but you guys spines are straight, you know? So you can never judge a book by the cover, right? Those are my battle wounds right there with Dorian Yates and trying to beat him. You know, I had to go and just...
Това му е коство опитите
You know.
да победи Дориан на Олимпия.
So that's why I said bodybuilding is not healthy. Shit. I would love to have a straight spine right now, but I don't, and it could never, ever be straight again.
Никога няма да
You know, but
се изправи гръбнака вече.
that comes with the territory.
Това с което трябва да
So when people
живееш.
say, "Oh, I want to be a professional bodybuilder," you know, I wanna, you know, do what you did. I'm like, I started thinking, man, like, you know,
Кое? He said we have people the same injuries from working with the shovel and other
Yeah.
stuff as well,
yeah,
because here is very hard life.
yeah. I used to do construction work too.
Like Arnold.
Yeah, I used to do that.
И
Yeah.
той е работил в строителството.
He's big,
Don't-
man. Damn. Big, bro. Take that shirt off, man. Here's some poses for me. Let me see who. What did he say?
That's Burgas. It's a city in the... We couple of have more guys from Burgas.
Big man, show me. Show me.
Ми така, бе, ти си във форма. Той ми така винаги е във форма. Не.
He's big.
Yes.
You know,
We have a couple of guys who are big as well.
I wanna take it off, man.
Сваля, бе. Не се срамувай.
Did he just get finished the show?
Yeah. He was like a few weeks ago there is in Bulgaria show.
Nah, you go ahead, hit the pose. No way. Oh, you want to make a photo?
Да си
Big
направите
as
снимка.
shit. God dang. Yeah. I want to show him a few things when he's posing, okay?
Искам да му покажа няколко неща докато позира.
Burgas muscle machine.
The what?
Burgas muscle machine.
Бургас, Масъл
Bulgarian's muscle machine
Yes.
right here. Yeah.
That's it.
Here he is.
In the house.
Big crusher in the house. Listen, do this pose. No, this way. Just turn around this way. No, this way. Yeah. Front double bicep pose. That's the way you would do it on stage. Come here.
Това ли е
Like
както
this.
позираш на сцената?
Да.
Like that. Do.
Yeah, similar like that.
Like
He was
that?
posed on that on stage.
So you guys hold it like that. No. Do it
Задръж.
again. Do it again. Do it again. I want to show you something.
Искам
Take
да
a
ви
photo.
покажа
Take
нещо.
a photo of that.
Снимайте го.
Now I'm going to show you a trick.
Сега ще ви
Alright.
покажа един трик.
I'm going to show you a trick. Do it again.
Направи го отново.
Open up. This.
Отвори малко ръцете.
Bring this bigger than this. Up.
Изравни линиите на бицепса и рамената малко по-високо.
This way.
И ги сви напред. Още нагоре.
Open.
Отвори малко ръцете.
Put the biceps higher than the shoulders.
Бицепса трябва да е малко по-високо
And
от
roll
рамото.
back. Yeah. Stay.
Стой, ако можеш.
See this? You
Сега
see?
виждате ли разликата?
Look. Now come down. Down.
Свали надолу кръст.
See? You see the difference?
Виждате ли сега разликата от предната
Bring it
поста?
up.
Дигни ги нагоре.
Up. Up.
Аз
Yeah.
умалям.
Yeah. You want the biceps higher than the shoulders.
Бицепса трябва да ви е
He looks
по-високо
great.
от
You
рамото.
look good, man. Big dude. Good God, he's big. Monster, man. Yes, sir.
He was big too. Don't be
Yeah, bring back memories.
I can tell.
Big guy.
You missed that, right?
Huh?
Did you miss that?
Missed that, right?
When I see him, I get like energy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He's a big dude. Guys, any more questions?
Още въпроси някой да има?
If not,
Ако
Some
няма,
pictures.
може да си направите
yeah, let's
снимки
take
с
some
него.
pictures.
Да си на-
Why don't we take one big group picture?
Да направим една обща
Yeah,
снимка
let's take a
всички.
big group picture. Machine right here. Come on, machine.
The Burgas machine.
Huh?
Burgas machine.
Bogus machine.
Yeah.
In the middle, baby. Right here
Big
in the
crusty.
middle. Big class.
Краси.
Big class. Everybody this way. Everybody. Come. Everybody come.
Чакай, че аз съм 1,50, трябва да се кача на 100.
See. Anna? Yeah, what I want you to do. Hold on. Back here. I want you to, can you video? Where's your phone? You got 3 cameras on your phone. All right. Right back here. Get all those chairs out the
Фирането е
way.
важно.
You do? Okay.
Take it like a panorama picture.
I'm gonna come up in a second, guys. I wanna get this for social media, and you gonna roll
Just
the
the head.
video?
Front.
All right,
Nah,
roll that video.
stupid.
Make sure you got everybody, Anna. So